Hello everyone and welcome to highlights of this Emirates FA Cup 4th qualifying round clash between Worthing and Bath City from the Sussex Transport Community Stadium. The stakes are high in West Sussex, with both teams keen to end lengthy spells without an appearance in round one. For Bath City, it's 12 years since they took Dagenham and Redbridge to a replay. 6 losses at this stage since have been tough to stomach, but this current crop appear to have that extra fire in their bellies to overcome whoever stands in their way. Only a stoppage time goal from Braintree prevented the Romans from claiming top spot, but they're still unbeaten in 10 and have scored in every match in the last 6 months. Worthing, sitting 2 places and 2 points below the Romans in National League South, have netted in every home game this calendar year, but a lengthy injury list has seen them stall of late, with 1 league win in 5. In the Cup, they've overcome rivals Eastbourne and Whitehawk, with Jake Robinson scoring all their goals in their competition so far this term. It's 24 years since the Rebels progressed further than this. This is only their 2nd appearance in the 4th qualifying round since then. Joe Felix and Luca Woodhouse were both sent off last week against Truro, so each are suspended today. Greg Lure and captain Aaron Racine both picked up injuries in last week's draw, and Jake Robinson, who I've mentioned has scored all their goals in the Cup so far, is dropped to the bench in 5 changes for the hosts. Joe Wright, Kane Wills, Danny Cashman, Odie Sorondo and Johan Luque come in. Worthing have only 2 recognised defenders available in their squad of 15 today. Bath City have made 1 change to their starting 11 from last week, as Dan Greenslade is in for Jack Batten, a calf issue restricting the centre-back to a spot on the bench, alongside Alex Fletcher, Cody Cook, Elliot Freer and Adam Forster. Ben Morgan has stayed at home as his partner is due to give birth to their first child. Chris Lyons is also unavailable. Commentary is provided by Bath City Radio's Quentin Edwards and Mark Stillman. Double checks that all is in order. Big crowd. And we are underway. So it's knocked back to Aguiar, who has a diagonal ball to the right-hand side to Bailey Smith, who chests it down. Cashman back to Smith towards the right-hand side. Thomas is going to get his body in the way, and Smith snaps in. Does enough to put him off, but it's cleared towards halfway where Rye heads it down, only to Tom Smith. Similar tale to when we were down there back in January, where they knocked us out the trophy as Colbrand hits it over to the right-hand side, where Wheeler should keep it in play. He does, tries to accelerate past Greenslade. Greenslade does well, it's his body in the way. And, well,
it's given a corner.
It's given a corner. The assistant was waiting for the referee to make the decision there, and I thought the assistant was better placed. But it's another corner, and I thought it was just good defending from Greenslade. Looking to go short. It's in his 2nd spell here on Logan Swindon. Right-footed delivery. Colbrand's header heads it against Rains, and it's cleared away from Russ towards halfway, where Wilson is beaten to it from Bailey Smith. Still battling away, Gainley, City forward.
City can't get a foot on the ball at all at the minute. No, it's excellent start by Worthing.
Reminiscent of the league game back in March, but it's given away from Luque to Rains now on the right. His clearance comes back off against the Spaniard. Now it's Worthing still in possession with Pearce near the edge of the box. Nutmegs Russ. Now Sorondo near the edge of the area. Sorondo's shot and his charge down from Parsal. He just threw his body in the way. Is a brilliant defending from the captain. As Rains knocks it down the right hand side. It can't find Hayfield. Sort of a deliberate ball to Cashman on the left, just past halfway. A floater one over to the right hand side where Pearce is trying to sneak in front of Greenslade, who again is trying to shield the ball out. That's a corner. And Greenslade's been given the runaround so far, back in the team this afternoon. Crowds often 1,000 plus here. I go into the near post. Is always a near post header from Russ inadvertently went back towards his own goal. Wright was there to palm it away. Worthing still on the ball on the left with Luque. Trying to get past Greenslade, chips it, and he chips it onto the roof of the net. A near own goal. Brilliant reflexes from Wright, keeps it at 0-0. But Worthing can't do much more in this opening 10 minutes or so. They've been excellent. Rains tries to batter with Cashman. They run into one another. Bravery from Clark stops the ball forward from Wills, who wants to go back and give Reese one of his first touches of the game. It's an awkward one as well, wide of goal. He manages to clear it with his left foot. And it's beautifully plucked out the air from Cashman. Now up to Pearce. Worthing are revelling at the moment. It's over to Wheeler on the right-hand side. Wants to run at Greenslade now, in line with the penalty area. Wide of it. Chips it towards the 6-yard box, where it's a flicked header in the end. And it's comfortably gone wide. Wilson tried a 1-2 with Thomas, which didn't come off. Now Cashman, who's seen a lot of the ball in these early stages, now charging forward, left of the penalty area to Luque, wide left. goes the other side of range with ease, fires it across, and it's just too high for Pearce in the middle. He went flying down, appealing for a foul. Referee didn't see anything. In front of the Man City dugout where Jerry Gilby barking quite a few instructions so far. His team haven't really settled. They barely had a touch. They've barely been able to. It's not like the 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗧𝗦 game where they were all over the place early on. They've just had to be more concentrated in out of possession, because at the moment they're watching Worthing play the ball around as 𝗛𝗏's got it with a diagonal one over the top looking for Pearce. He might get there before 𝗛𝗏𝗏. 𝗛𝗏𝗏 does enough. There's still a penalty over Pearce, who shoots against 𝗛𝗏𝗏, and that time it is a corner. Worthing's fourth already in the opening 15 minutes. He was more suited through the middle, but he can also play out on the left. And he's a tough customer. City found out a couple of years ago when he was at Maidstone. Cashman backheels it into the path of Luque. Now back to Cashman near the edge of the box. Cashman took a touch too many. He should have had a shot. It opened up a little bit for him, but he didn't fancy it. And it means City get the ball back.
Like he could have bent that one towards the far post there.
Smith is brought down from Sorondo off the ball. Dyer's gone down again.
This isn't looking good for Jordan Dyer this time. He's just seeing whether Jack Batten is warming up.
Well, it's a risk with Batten as well, because he's had this calf issue in the week. He had to come on early against 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗧𝗏 in the last round. Sarah Carr races on to check the fitness of Jordan Dyer, and yeah, Jordan Dyer's afternoon is up, and understandably he looks pretty upset.
Basically wing backs we're going to be having now, aren't we? We're going to be, I imagine we'll have three centre backs: Greenslade, Parcell and Vaines, and Ewan Clark and Elliot Fair will be wing backs. Yeah. Which matches up against Worthing, which may not be a bad thing.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah, just looking at where Freer's come on, it's high up the field. Turns and gives it back to Wright in luminous green, who waits and then boots it first time, which is awkward. Oh, that's a horrible collision between Colbrand and Wright.
The referee has to stop play. Yeah, has to stop play.
I thought that Wright went in with his studs up, and I think he's caught him because it was a diving header. It was two players in among one another. Immediately it looked nasty to me. It's around 30 yards from goal.
That was, yeah. And yeah, he's clearly caught his boot.
For Thomas, who gets a flick on, but good covering from Colbrand. Thomas helps it back forward, but again, Rye is there this time, and Smith is, I thought, appended Bailey Smith. But,
that's a foul as far as I'm concerned, I have to say.
Greensade's got it now.
Away with that one.
Freer now, wide left, wants to run at Wheeler. Near the byline, and it comes last off Wheeler. Maybe off his hand, but I think the referee says it was his hip, and it goes behind for Bath City's first corner. Thomas will take on the City left. A floated one, looking for the header pass. Sally heads it towards goal, but too close to the goalkeeper, who gathers it comfortably. City's first attempt on target this afternoon. It's now Pearce, right wide of the penalty area. Now back to Colbrand, the captain, taking on the armband this afternoon. Great ball in behind now to Pearce, who's going to try and get there first. Pearce now is covered from Russ, who's gone down clutching his face as well. It's going to go behind for a corner.
I think he's clutching his ankle or his shin, actually. He just got caught as he made the clearance. So I think he's going to be all right.
Rye heads it back forward to Cashman, who keeps it in play tight on the left-hand side, evades a couple of challenges, but gives the ball away now to Wilson near the edge of the box. Wilson side foots it to Freer. Freer tries to get it under control, tries to get a shot away, snapping challenge in from Colbrand. He had to time it right, he did. He's now with Hayfield on the edge of the box, got the ball from Greenside. Hayfield, he took too long. Again, he would have been forgiven for having a go, but he was in the end cried it out from the Worthing defence as Parcell, I thought, was brought down from Bailey Smith. The assistants nearby to say no. Manager Alan Devonshire won the competition, of course, in 1980 as well with West Ham, as Colbrand plays it back to Rees and just plays a short pass 6 yards from his own goal to Wright, but they've managed to play their way out of trouble for the time being as Sorondo must get the heart going for Worthing fans.
I should think so. It's good to watch them do it, because they've obviously practiced. They've got a good overlap here.
Yeah, as Luque cuts inside, he didn't use Aguiar, but he might now. Wheeler's in oceans of space. Luque goes to goal, and it goes a couple of yards wide. I think Wright had it covered, but yeah, they had options left and right there, but Luque decided to go on his own. He misses the target. Goal kick. Autumnal afternoon, mid-October, FA Cup fourth qualifying round action. Meanwhile, Stillman and Quentin Edwards, where it's still 0-0. Between Worthing and Bath City, but Worthing in possession now with Pearce. Slides it in behind for Cashman on the left-hand side. Wants to cut inside of Range. Still Cashman. Doubled up though. It's now back to Luque, and it's a good save from Ollie Wright. A good save as in the handling was what was needed, because had he fumbled it, Pearce was there for a rebound. 4 minutes of the half remaining. It's thrown short from Wheeler to Colbrand. Now to Pearce, well read though from Russ. Inside to, loose ball to Smith. Now back with the hosts, Cashman. 35 yards out. Aguiar screaming for it, does right inside. Aguiar shoots, I think it was an attempted shot. It came off the heel of Rains. They've won the ball back now. Sarondo's header over to Luque on the left-hand side, cuts inside, tries to bend one, and again it's good covering from Ollie Wright because he had a few bodies in his way, but he got 2 hands on it. He's going to take this corner right-footed. It'll be an out swinger. Looking at Colbrand, who went down under a challenge of Hayfield. Almost
nothing.
Bit of a jostling in there. Nothing from the referee or a qualified referee next to me. Wills has got it now on the left-hand side. We've got 30 seconds or so the half remaining. Luque trying to get the other side of Thomas. He's got a cross in, a little bit too easy for my liking, towards the back post. Good header away from Parcell, and Hayfield should be able to clear it. And it's too high for Wilson. Regroup a bit as Luque's got it. He's got 3 shirts in front of him, and that's the end of the first half. In terms of possession, Worthing have been on top, but they haven't tested Ollie Wright too many times. First 15 minutes or so, they controlled the game pretty much, but City have grown back into it without really threatening Reece themselves. I think they'll be pretty happy at the break to be at 0-0. Probably the closest they came opening scoring was inadvertently through Russ. As Wright heads it down, it's cleared from Clark, who got just in the way of the goalkeeper. I think they were being a handball. I thought it hit more the chest of the standing fullback.
No chance of handball against Clark for that.
They've been the better team so far this afternoon without making the breakthrough, without significantly testing Ollie Wright too many times. It's now led forward from Colbrand. Wheeler down the right-hand side. Pearce is trying to get there, and he's pulled down from Greenslade, who's not too happy with the decision. It's right by the byline. It's going to be a free kick to Worthing, almost like a penalty corner if we were in hockey territory. Greenslade, I think, is going to escape with just a word. Whether he thought the ball had gone out, I'm not too sure, but it was a little bit rash, but the referee's going to check that Pearce is okay. Wheeler again's over the top of it, 1-man wall in Russ, 4 players queuing near the edge of the box, being tightly marked.
And it's in.
It's in. Worthing have scored. It's Cashman who cashed in really from around 3 yards out. The ball was deflected out to him from an initial header, and on the turn he manages to blast it into the corner. Worthing 1, Bassett 0, 50 minutes.
Thoroughly deserved goal for the home side, I regret to say. Finally got one of their set pieces spot on. The first header fell nicely for Cashman, and he just volleyed it in from, as say, a couple of yards out. Escaped his marker, and an uphill battle for City for certain, but they're going to hopefully, they raise their game, but a thoroughly deserved opening goal for Worthing.
Got to be more in the final third. It's surprising that City haven't really threatened. They're on the best run of scoring goals since 1989-90. Wheeler cutting in field for Worthing, 25 yards out, trying to make room. He's got support behind him in Pearce. He's got it now, he's got 2 men on him in Freer and Greenslade. Plays it back to Wheeler, who whips the ball into a good area. It's a chance, Cashman, 2-0. He has scored 2 in the space of 4 minutes. And Bath City's run in the FA Cup looks in real jeopardy now. It was a great ball whipped in from the right-hand side, and a first-time volleyed finish into the left corner. Wright had no chance. A controlled strike from Cashman. It's Worthing 2, Bath City 0. Now Worthing can try and break again with Luque down the left-hand side. He's got Pearce further forward. He squares it back to Aguiar. We know what he can do. He shoots from distance, so he shoots off target. Cody Cook's got 2. Alex Fletcher's doing a few extra stretches. Freer's caught horribly from
That's a yellow card.
Bailey Smith.
Needless as well.
And indeed it is. No complaints about that one. That's just past the hour. With Cashman full of confidence. He's on a double. Pearce was fouled off the ball. Cashman's going on his own. Over to the right side now with Wheeler. Looking to coincide of Freer onto his left foot. Wheeler with a shot, and I think Wright's just got a fingertip on it. As Reece has got it inside his penalty area. Plays it to Sarondo under a little bit of pressure. He's lost it to Hayfield, and they're very fortunate to get away with that. They still do take the odd chance, Worthing, but it's gone their way thus far this afternoon, as is the scoreline. Pearce now in behind, a chance for Robinson, wide of goal. Robinson to shoot, and he puts it a yard or so wide, where Wright was stretched to his right-hand side, and you can see what Robinson tried to do. Thomas, but Worthing have got players about 7 behind the ball almost instantly, shuts off any inroads as Thomas has got it, turns away well from Sarondo. Now to Greenslade on the left-hand side, better from City. Freer's asking for it further out. He's got it wide left. Okay, he's got 2 red shirts in front of him to try and bypass, goes back to Greenslade. Tried to sneak in behind, he couldn't. He ran straight into Sarondo, dispossessed him, back in the team this afternoon, a good effect. Rains now wins possession back for City. Hayfield midway inside the Worthing half. Out further wide to Thomas, right hand side, near the edge of the box. Thomas ran into traffic. Hayfield on the shots. Hayfield with a shot, and he curls it a couple of yards over the top from the edge of the penalty area. Goal kick. He was in the 2021-22 Isthmian team of the season with Lewis, as Worthing playing like this goal kick. Sarondo back to Rees. Got away with it, really. A ball forward that bypassed a few players, and now Worthing can get motoring again with Cashman. Class has made an adventurous run forward. Instead, it's clipped over to the left-hand side for Pearce, who heads it in front of Clark. And he's gone down under a challenge, nothing doing for me. And Pearce looked willingly at the referee. I don't think he was touched. The high hanging ball over the top, which means it gives time for Worthing to get back. And Wheeler, who's tripped from Thomas Sue, will probably get a yellow card for that. I don't think Wheeler's as badly hurt as he's making out. It's a clear foul.
Absolutely no complaints. Yeah, that obviously upset us a bit, but you'd think of the two teams.
Pearce in behind to Cashman now, inside the penalty area, turns away and shoots straight against Rains. Cashman still got the ball under control and couldn't find a teammate. Credit to City, who got numbers back quickly, but again, they can't mount something going forward. The ball was just hopeful for Wilson. They're going to make this third and final change. Both teams, I think, are going to make a change. For Bath City, it's going to be Alex Fletcher on for Jordan Thomas. This is in the 79th minute. The pass. Chips it, it's Ollie Wright's all day long, and he takes it from just underneath his bar and rolls to try and get City in motion. Rolls out to Freer, now to Fletcher. His head bandage, he's lost possession though to Class, who's going to chip the ball over Ollie Wright and just over the top of the crossbar. Sarondo is sort of doing the what they did in the game in March, actually. I think he's going to lie behind the wall. He does. So the ball hits him, he's going to feel it. I think Hayfield's aware of that. He's going to try and clip it over the top of the wall. Hayfield stands up and shoots straight against the 4-man wall, hit the top of it. It's back to Hayfield, 30 yards out. Charged down brilliantly from Colbrand. And sort of ball nearly peters out, but actually Freer's got it near the byline to play a ball back across. It's not a bad one, really important header away. Hayfield's got it near the edge of the box. Hayfield skipping across it. He's got Freer in room. It's better from City. Flag stays down. Freer's ball in is blocked though. It's still Hayfield in the box, brings it down well. He's got Greenslade behind him. Worthing packed the penalty area to try and see this out. Hayfield's got it left hand side. Has to go back to Greenslade. Oh, and he didn't elect to play the ball back into the middle. Hayfield loses out in midfield to Class. Robinson's got it. At the moment it's 3-on-3. Starkey backheels it back to Robinson, who shoots. Adventurous to say the least. He's around 35 yards out. He's blazed it high and wide.
Just get Rains on it and chuck it. It's not even a good throw to it.
Rains has gifted it straight to Class as well on halfway. He's going to go for goal, and Wright's on the edge of his box, and had he lofted it, Class, as he did 10 minutes or so ago, that would have been 3-0. Freer again. He does get a ball in. It's a diving header at the near post from Captain Colbrand, and Class took a chance on the edge of the box, and then he appends 2 mistakes in the space of 2 seconds even. Class, he tried to backheel it away, then he appended Greenslade. It's going to be a free kick. Hayfield looks like he's taking control. Clark as well. Clark skips, takes it, over the bar, hit the roof of the net rather than the back of it, but there was a touch on the way through, and it's behind for a City corner. Corner's gone short to Smith, back to Clark, right-footed ball is a decent one, not fully headed away. There's a Pilsham ball, more from the fans than the player. Players are giving their all this afternoon. You can't fault their effort. You can't fault their effort on what's been a fine start to the season, but unfortunately their campaign in the FA Cup is going to end very, very soon, as Wheeler's got it down the right-hand side, trying to keep the ball in play. Goes out, the referee drops his whistle, but he picks it up again and blows for full time. Worthing have cashed in thanks to Danny Cashman. 2 goals for the September arrival on 50 and 54 minutes. Ends 24 years of hurt for the Rebels. They will represent West Sussex in the first round of the FA Cup in 3 weeks' time. Bath City have stumbled at this stage yet again. It's 7 in 8 defeats in the 4th qualifying round. The wait goes on, it's going to be at least 13 years. Worthing have stopped Bath City from scoring as well. They had scored in every game since April, and in truth, they were the better team this afternoon. Worthing played well, Bath City didn't play their best. It's been a very good season for them, but sadly for them this afternoon, they have come up short. All credit to Worthing, wish them all the best in the first round. They play football the right way. They've got good backing from 1,800 plus in here this afternoon. There's no complaints about the outcome, there's no controversy about it. Unfortunately, for Bath City, the better team have won. Worthing 2, Bath City 0. From myself, Mark Stillman from Quentin Edwards on Bath City Radio, it finishes Worthing 2, Bath City 0. Thanks very much for tuning in this afternoon, and we'll be back on air next Saturday, 2:45 PM from Tunbridge Angels.